What is up, everybody? Trip6 here. It has been a long time since my last upload, and a lot has happened since then. One of those things is that I joined a new band with some friends, and we just recently played our first show at the beginning of May here on the college campus, and we have another one coming up here in June. So we've been pretty busy. So all of this has got me thinking about the essentials that are necessary for starting a new band, and what it takes to have a successful first launch. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing 4 necessities for a band in its very beginning stage. You know, what you really need to consider and accomplish for getting the wheels up off the ground. So for those considering starting a band, this video is for you. So let's dive right into it. Number 1, find your bandmates. One thing to keep in mind here is that competency and skill set within their own particular roles in the band are totally subjective towards what you want to be playing as a group. For example, if you wanted to be a Nirvana cover band, let's say, then it isn't really necessary for your guitarist to be able to do more than play some simple variations of chords and solos, and they don't really need a broader kind of skill set. However, if you're going to be playing some more difficult variations of music, then you'll obviously want someone who is capable of doing so. And that really goes for all positions you're needing filled in your group. Number 2, find your equipment. This accounts for all the guitars, amplifiers, drum kits, microphones, etc. that you'll need to be able to perform and rehearse. Now, another very important point to keep in mind here. A lot of people who are wanting to learn a new instrument or join a new group tend to fall into the trap of thinking that they need to get the most expensive equipment online or at a guitar center or whatever. This is nonsense. Growing up, I would peruse Craigslist, and pawn shops would also be my go-tos because I didn't really have a whole lot of money growing up and I wanted to learn how to play instruments. As a matter of fact, I once purchased a used Ibanez electric guitar from a local pawn shop for $80, and it flawlessly lasted for 4 years of regular, consistent playing. And it's really no different with amplifiers or other equipment. If it plays and it isn't total crap, then it's perfect for a startup band. So be sure to search around locally and you will save yourself a lot of money. Number 3, choose and commit. So now you have your bandmates and the necessary equipment to get started on your journey. So get started. So you are now a group of musicians who came together perfectly able to begin doing what you want to do, which is play music. So figure out with them what you want to start out doing. Would you like to only focus on playing covers? Would you like to only focus on writing and performing your own stuff? Or would you like to just start out playing covers and then write and rehearse with the band as time goes on? Whatever you choose to do, commit to it and start kicking ass. And last but not least, number 4, book your first show. Now, there are many ways to do this. You can go around your town or nearby city or whatever and look at local venues and see if they have any live music spots coming up. If you do take this route, you'll definitely want to probably speak with the owner directly. You can also look for a small concert scheduled in one of the parks in your town or city and try to get a spot on the performing list. Even better, try to play at the farmer's market. Or if you live in a house or possibly have a friend that does, you could host a party there and perform in the garage when everybody's there enjoying the party. The main point here is that you can really get creative in where, when, and how you want to perform your first show. Now, one more thing to note. Now, if any of you are like me, when I first started playing with other people, I would spend a lot of time rehearsing with them. We would have a lot of fun. I would get better at performing and playing the songs that we were playing, but I never took the step to perform in front of people. Now, there were probably a few reasons for this. Stage fright, lack of productivity, definitely being one. But the thing is that we always wanted to perform in front of people, which never ended up happening until the very end of the band's existence. Now, in contrast, my current band, Syzygy, was formed for the very purpose of performing a set list at a show we signed up for previously. Now, at this point, it is true that we were all fairly seasoned musicians who could all play our instruments now and weren't really learning how to at the time, so that really did help us find our groove before the deadline hit. But ultimately, this is my recommendation. As soon as you feel somewhat comfortable doing so, go ahead and set that very deadline for your band and book your first show. Now, there's a reason I emphasize somewhat comfortable. Simply put, if you're like I was with my old band in high school, then waiting for the full comfort surrounding the idea of booking your first show means that your first show will never be booked. You'll need to step outside your comfort zone and set that deadline for yourselves. Now, be reasonable, of course, and consider the amount of times your band will be able to meet up each week and practice and for how long, but you're definitely going to need to do that scary thing and set that deadline. Trust me, if you take that initiative now, set that deadline, and then after you play your first show, you'll be very glad that you ended up doing so. All right, everybody, that is it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed that, please drop a like and hit subscribe down below. And feel free to also comment your own tips with some of the troubles that you met when joining new bands or trying to form one. And let's help out our community's future rock stars. See you in my next video.